Are live. And good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here with Monica Campana and our special series on people helping people. And today we have a very special guest. Her name is Kathy Mallory, and she's an expert health coach, and especially focusing on plant-based
Mhm.
living. And she's gonna tell us everything about her background and what she's doing right now to help people live a healthier life. Kathy, thank you for being here.
Thank you. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. This is very exciting.
Thank you, thank you. Well, you have to go with the flow and
That's right.
adjust to the new environment.
Yeah.
And so the floor is yours. Tell us about your background.
Well, my name's Kathy Mallory. I live in the Denver, Colorado area. I am a plant-based health coach. My focus is helping women, professional women, transition to a plant-based lifestyle. And the reason they are my focus audience is because I have not only personally, but friends and other client. And there's a, when you get to be a certain age, your energy level starts to go down and it's harder to keep the weight off. And it just becomes more of a struggle to stay healthy as you age. And especially in our environment where we are eating out a lot, especially fast foods, convenience foods. And I really want to help. I had so many clients tell me they don't have enough energy to play with their grandkids or play with their kids or go on a walk with their significant other. And it's just a shame that as we age to lose that vitality and that energy to be able to participate with our loved ones. Or heck, if we just get up in the morning and want to go for a hike, we should be able to do what we want to do when we want to do it physically. And so that's why I focus on that group. And I came to this because I found myself in that exact situation. A couple of years ago, I was giving up on hiking. I was giving up on skiing, going for long walks because I was eating a lot of processed food, restaurant food, and it changed my body. I became tired and I had no energy level, and I just said, I'm old. I don't need to do any of this.
That's the thing. That's the thing that
Yeah.
people have to understand, that they say, "Oh, that's it. There's no
Yeah.
hope.
It was like, this is the rest of my life. This
This
is what
is
it's like.
nature. This is normal," and it's not.
No, it's not. And, our ancestors years ago that didn't have access to this low quality food that's processed and convenience foods, they didn't have those issues. They worked all the way up until the end of their lives, where we're alive, we're more sedentary than we used to be. And so we have to make an effort to get out and move. And I mean move, not exercise per se, but move, stand,
Walk, take a
walk.
walk. Yeah, take.
It all counts. Our body knows. It's not hiding. We can take, I mean, even walking my 18-year-old senior dog,
Of
I,
course.
I take those steps because he's really slow. And, and so it's just the quality of life is jeopardized as we age with this, our cultures and lifestyle. And there's no reason to live like that. And I'm here to say you don't have to. We can change things. Is it going to be hard? Yeah, it's hard. But you know what? The payoff is so much bigger that you don't want to go back. And
Exactly. That's
and
wonderful.
so when I came to whole food plant-based, I have been vegan plant-based for 7 years, but I lost sight of that and went eating vegan convenience foods, Oreos, potato chips, vodka, they're all vegan, but they're not healthy. And
Exactly.
so I had gained 20 pounds eating vegan, and I realized that I needed to clean it up. It was like, I mean, I was giving up on so much skiing, hiking, walking, doing not, I was paying for gym membership and I didn't even go.
So
And
there is vegan and vegan. When people say, "Oh, it's vegan, vegan," but you need to know what to eat because not
right, you
all
have to
vegan
know what's
foods are healthy.
right. And plant based and vegan are very similar, But my focus and what I help people with is focusing on those whole foods that heal and feed the body, the fuel. And the fuel our body needs is whole foods, away from the processed, and foods that are mostly raw, very minimal processing, maybe 2 or 3 ingredients, close to nature. Those are the foods that really fuel the body and starts healing all that inflammation that's come from all the processed foods that we consume all around our neighborhoods. And it's easy, cheap, and convenient, yes, but the price tag is huge down the road
On your body and your
on
health.
your body, and you end up with heart disease and diabetes and all kinds of health issues. And so when I personally, let me tell you a little story. So in March 2019, I went snow skiing with my daughter. And it was probably one of the most, I can't believe I'm saying all this publicly because it was pretty humiliating. I had gained 20 pounds. I knew I was overweight, but I didn't, yeah, so what, you know. I couldn't carry my own skis. My daughter had to carry them for me because I had lost that much strength. And then I huff and puff and get up by the ski resort. She had to close my boots. I couldn't bend over, and I didn't have the strength or the energy to even snap to close my boots. So she had to close my boots for me. She talked me to get on a chairlift. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Took me an hour to do one run. I got back to the lodge and said, never again, never again. It was a very expensive one run.
Wow.
And it
Wow.
was just, I was so embarrassed because I was so out of shape, overweight. And after that, I told my daughter, I'm not skiing again. It's not my time. I'm going into my senior years. And I was 59 at the time. And I said, I'm done. And so the next year, the following spring, is when I realized I needed to clean up my diet. And so I started cooking again. Yes, get back in the kitchen and started cooking whole foods, making my own foods, not buying convenience foods, and not eating out. Before I changed, I was eating at Taco Bell 3 times a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was veganizing, but
Wow.
it's still unhealthy food. And I'm telling you, just cleaning up my diet, focusing on my healthy leafy greens, rice, beans, getting back to nature, whole foods. Within 4 weeks, I was feeling better.
Wow.
And what came noticed first, what came to me first was the energy level. I was starting to feel more energetic. And then I was able to start walking. And because I used to walk a lot, daily. And so I hadn't done it in 2 years. And so once I started walking and then continue eating clean, whole foods, plant-based, I was healing more and more, and the aches and pains started going away. And it just cascaded. And this took probably 7 weeks from the time I started cleaning up my diet. My 60th birthday was May of 2019. And so I hadn't skied in a year. I had told my daughter I wasn't going to do it again. And she's like, Mom, you're feeling better. Let's try it. So we went snow skiing for my 60th birthday. Fingers crossed that all these changes that I thought was happening would benefit me that day. And oh my goodness. I had #best birthday ever. I skied all day long. At that point, I'd maybe lost 4 or 5 pounds, but my energy level, my aches and pains, it was like being reborn.
Wow.
We sat in the lodge and I just celebrated how fit I felt. And it was like, man, I'm never going back. And I got to
Wow.
share this. So that's why I'm
Exactly. So
here
that's
today.
what you did.
That's my
Exactly.
passion.
Wow.
It breaks my heart. It really, I work with, clients all the time. And when I hear them say, I can't even play with my grandkids or go on a walk with my husband or boyfriend,
No.
it breaks my heart because there's no reason to suffer. And the cure is in the food, the choices
Wow.
that we make. And
What a
it's so,
story. What a story you
and I've
have.
never looked back. And it became, once I had that day, I said, that's it. I got to spread the word. And here I am spreading the word on plant-based living because, oh my gosh.
Wow. Well, that's very inspiring. And that's the idea of this program too, that, we
Yeah,
can do many of these to spread the word and to teach people
yeah.
that it's not because, oh, they're aging or they can feel better.
They
And they
absolutely
start
can.
by a simple thing.
Very
that is
simple, and the
very
body
simple.
heals so fast. It's just remarkable how fast we heal.
Wow. And so tell us what type of you have a program. You have something coming up right now, right?
Yes,
Like a
I
special.
do.
Let's see. I want to hear what it is.
It's called Discover the 5 Steps to Increasing Your Energy in Just 5 Days. So I will have, we'll be posting the links. What it is it's 5 steps, 5 easy things that you can implement. So I get every day is a different email, different topic, 5 different things that you can start implementing into your life that day. So
Mhm.
like one day is like leafy greens. I include a recipe for my kale salad that is, I get rave reviews about
Oh,
it.
I saw it. Looks delicious. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
So
try it.
kale salad is, and I know these foods might seem like, oh, but that's the beauty of having a coach, because I've been doing this for years. So I can share my knowledge and how to make kale actually taste good. It doesn't have to be hard and stringy and bitter. There are tricks to making it sweet and yummy.
Exactly.
And I talk about how to get into your pantry. One of my days is all about uh, what's in your pantry, whole foods or processed foods. And my
And throw
experience,
all the processed food to the garbage.
well, yes, that's ideal, but I know realistically for a lot of
Yeah.
people, it costs money. Processed food right now, I don't know if anybody's noticed in the stores, but I have, because I'm always like focused. But right now, whole foods are actually less expensive than processed foods. Produce is more cost effective right now than buying. Now, if you get into vegan processed food or plant-based processed food, that's a game changer. That's very different. Anything processed right now has gone up in price. But if you're looking for rice and beans and produce, you're good to go. And the trick, I got to tell you, and it took me a couple years to learn this, the trick to taking what we normally think is boring, like rice and beans and vegetables, is spices. Oh my gosh. I go everywhere I go, I find the nearest spice store, because you never know what you're going to find. And I have experimented with so many spices. So you can take what you think is boring and you can make it,
Spice it up.
you spice it up. And now in the last year, I have been having so much fun cross-mogenating all my spices. So like when I make cookies, I put in cayenne pepper.
You just don't say it.
Here's the thing is, when I put cayenne pepper in my cookies, I don't taste it, but it does something magical. It's just like there's just a hint of a pop or something. It's not spicy, you don't really taste it, but there's something different. And so I'm braver now than I have ever been before. And that's something else I can share with people, because it's kind of scary. I mean, coming into the plant-based world, when you first peek in that door, you have to decide, am I going to go in full bore, or am I going to tiptoe in? And either way is fine. The end result is what we're looking for. If you open the door and run in, you're going to get to that result faster. If you open the door and tiptoe in, you're going to get there too, but you're just going to be a little bit, it'll take longer. That's all.
Longer. Yeah.
And it's just all depending on how fast you want your results, how fast you want to feel better. And, and I honor anyone's journey, because that journey is theirs. It's precious. It belongs to them. And we celebrate every single tiny little baby step, because change is hard. As we know, we're living in a world changing every second.
I know.
And
I know.
so helping people make that transition
No,
is,
and change
yes,
is not I don't want to say not natural, but we get used to certain things
right.
and you just don't want to give up, certain
Well,
things.
let me share another little secret. Okay, so most cultures use oil in everything, and we're told there's healthy oils and there's not healthy oils. Well, because I follow the research, and I'm like a junkie when it comes to the plant-based doctors and researchers. And to literally reverse heart disease and diabetes, one of the things that people have to do is go oil-free. Now that is like super scary because we're so trained and ingrained in the culture. We put oil on everything and we say, oh,
Okay.
it's healthy
Olive
oil.
oil, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Extra
olive oil,
virgin.
avocado oil. Well, here's the thing, the people, what I've learned is oil inflames our arteries. We have what's called the endothelium lining, and oil, doesn't matter what kind, inflames it. And it's that inflammation that makes us feel bad. And when we get into our 40s, 50s, and 60s, because I'm 61 now, that inflammation hurts because it's been growing for years, decades. And to start taking olive oil out, which sounds like, but I can help people with that transition because I've gone through it and I don't
So
miss
what
it.
do you use? What do you use instead of oil?
I use for sauteing, I use water or broth. And I literally use a squirt bottle like I buy at the dollar store for my hair. I keep one in the kitchen and one in the bathroom for my hair and one in the kitchen. And just go, because if you watch the chefs, there are water saute videos. That's how I learned how to do it on YouTube. And I tended to put too much water in it, so it kind of drowned
Soggy.
made it soggy. But if I use a squirt bottle, just right.
Just
And
enough.
you just stir, it sautés just as beautifully, gets you the aromas, the smells. It's the sugars and the waters in the onions and the garlic and the vegetables that are searing, that are causing that. It's not the oil. The oil makes it creamier, smoother. And the other thing, when I bake, and this is a trick I learned years and years and years ago, is to substitute oils in baked goods. So I haven't poured oil in a baked good in 30 years. And I've never missed it. You get used to it. That's the irony, is our body adapts so quickly to these things that a person may think, oh, I'll just go back to it. This, because it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And I don't use the word diet on purpose.
Yeah,
Because this
exactly.
is
Because
about creating.
diets don't work really in general.
No, they're temporary. This is a
Yeah.
lifestyle. And and I know when I fall off the wagon. My body tells me. And that's what happens is when you start feeling good, you guard it. It's not worth it. McDonald's is not worth it.
Exactly.
Chipotle is
Exactly.
not worth it.
Exactly. Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't take the body long to start hurting again. I mean, if I eat something, if I don't do fast food anymore, but if I'm at somebody's house or a potluck and they're not all plant-based people and that something's disguised, like if there's cheese in something, because this has happened to me, oh my gosh, I
You
have
feel
such a
sick.
bellyache.
You feel
I feel
bad.
sick.
Yeah.
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 Your
Yeah,
body
because the body
adjusts.
adjusts to healthy food.
Yes.
And in general, do you have so you have your program like one-on-one
Right.
programs? How do
Yeah.
they work?
So I do a variety of things. I do coaching, private, one-on-one on the online. I also do group. I've done group coaching through Zoom as well. So I do both. It's just like this next program that I'm doing, my 5-day challenge coming up, that will be group, that's group oriented. But I also do one-on-one through Zoom as well. I also teach classes on how to read label reading on packaging, because it is tricky to get past all the stuff, because everything they put on the front of a package is basically a lie.
Yeah, and then you read the back, and it's
yeah. So it's helping people understand how to read the labels. I also do pantry makeovers. I help people. I haven't done one virtually yet, but I'm sure there's a way we can do it with our cell phones.
Yes, of course, of course. There's a
We're
way.
learning to adapt. I've done grocery store tours. Again, that's going to be adapted somehow, because that's a big hurdle for people coming new into plant-based living, is where to find things. And let me tell you, it's not easy out there.
I know there's so much. There's so much.
They
We're
hide it,
bombarded by.
different stores organized differently, and it's just so I can help people navigate where to find healthy foods mixed in with all the processed stuff. I also do things like this. I love public speaking. Of course, all my public speaking now is online until the pandemic is over. But I love public speaking. I love sharing the good news of plant-based living, because I want everyone to feel as useful. Because here's another thing: when you eat well, you reverse age.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
feel 61 anymore. I
But you
feel,
you look I don't know, 48 or something. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
going to say 60 is the new 40.
45.
Yeah,
Uh
I mean, I just don't, it keeps you young and active. I go hiking most every weekend because I live in the Denver area. I go up into the foothills of the Rocky Mountains and sniff and hug trees and
yeah.
I cannot tell you how getting my life back
It's
is
a
just,
life-changing. It's a
it is very life
life-changing
changing.
experience.
And I
Well,
just
that's wonderful, and I really hope that I think that this year with these conditions and this um, special year that we had, people
yeah,
uh, realized how important their health is
right.
and how important nutrition is. And I think there was already a trend going plant-based and
Right.
vegan,
Yeah.
and it's slowly going to become mainstream. I don't know how
Oh,
long
yeah.
it's going to take, but it will get there. So
Also, I think another reason it's going to go more mainstream as time goes on is people, we don't we don't want to be this, we don't want to be an unhealthy society. We want, because healthcare is so expensive. I mean, heart disease and
exactly,
is like 40,000 a year.
it's all connected. It's all
It's
connected.
all interconnected. Plus, there's no reason for animal factories anymore. There's no reason for that. We can eliminate animal factories so we don't have to harm animals. And because the animal agriculture pollutes the planet substantially, it's like number one polluter.
Yeah, yeah,
We can heal our
it's all,
planet at
of
the same
course,
time.
of
Yeah, I
course.
mean, it's all interconnected. And I knew something was up. It was like in April, and I went to the grocery store to get my tofu, and there was no tofu.
Oh
I was like,
wow.
wait a minute, where'd my tofu go? I had to
Yeah,
go to 3 grocery stores to find tofu. So I knew
I
something
know.
was up.
I know. Suddenly, like almost everybody became, plant-based,
Interesting.
vegan.
Uh-huh.
All the tofu. But this is good. This is good.
Yeah.
It's the way to go. And
So
you know,
my
uh,
main mission is to change the world one vegetable at a time.
that's that's beautiful. Oh man, Kathy. So I love what you're doing. Thank you for,
Oh,
sharing your
thank you.
experience. I always try to keep, our interviews short, even though I would talk with you
Yeah.
forever. And but I hope that people understand the importance
Oh,
of
absolutely.
changing and improving their nutrition,
Yes.
and especially lean towards a more
Yeah.
plant-based, whole food, plant-based. Stay away
Yes.
from processed foods.
Yeah.
And you have your challenge. I don't know if I have it right now, but I'm gonna put the link in the post so that people can find it. And
Absolutely.
I wish you good luck with this
Thank you.
special challenge, and I hope to see you again. I want to know the
Oh,
new
absolutely.
coming up with. So now, once you start, once you get into my family, it's gonna be hard to leave. So thank you again. Thank you,
Oh,
everyone,
thank
and
you.
we'll see you soon. We'll see
All
you
right,
very
thank you.
soon.
I thank you so much for this time and opportunity to visit with you and talk to your audience. And I'm very grateful for this opportunity.
Thank you, Kathy, and we see you soon.
All
Bye
right, we'll see you.
bye.
Bye bye.
Ciao.